This is ABC7 News at 5. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us. Our top story tonight, we're learning more about that mass shooting at a Texas church on Sunday that left 26 people dead and 20 wounded.
ABC's Maggie Ruley joins us live from Sutherland Springs with more.
We're now learning that these victims range in age from 77 to just 18 months old. And officials here say the crime scene investigation will be going on for days.
We've had a long night with our children and grandbabies we have left.
Just one day after losing his 14-year-old daughter in the worst mass shooting in Texas history, Pastor Pomeroy and his wife encourage others to seek comfort in each other.
We laughed together, we cried together, and we worshiped together. Now most of our church family is gone, and the few of us that are left behind lost tragically yesterday.
Frank Pomeroy is the pastor at First Baptist Church of Sutherland Springs. His daughter, Annabelle Renee Pomeroy, was inside the church when 26-year-old gunman Devin Kelly opened fire.
We have 6 ambulances en route.
The shooter was able to fire off multiple rounds on his automatic weapon, killing at least 26, many children, some as young as 18 months.
There was 3 firearms that had been recovered.
Authorities now believe the attack was fueled by a domestic dispute.
The suspect's mother-in-law attended this church. We know that he had made threatening texts.
Kelly has previously served a year in prison following a court-martial for assault on his spouse and her 11-month-old child. He received a bad conduct discharge from the Air Force in 2014. The nature of the charge should have prevented him from obtaining a weapon, and authorities confirm Kelly did not have a license to carry. For the past 6 weeks, Kelly was working as the manager at an RV park nearby. He left work on Saturday with a headache and never showed up on Sunday. Authorities believe he died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Authorities confirm they have video of the shooting inside the church and they're reviewing it now. Witnesses who were here for the shooting describe the scene as horrific and say that more than half of the people inside that church were either shot or killed. Sutherland Springs, Texas, Maggie Ruley, ABC News. Back to you guys.
All right, Maggie, thank you. Here on the Suncoast, area churches are rethinking security measures.
As ABC7's Adam Cellini explains, situational awareness and weapons training are among the lessons becoming more common at local churches.
Yeah, you know, the sad truth about the frequency of these attacks is that local churches have been fortifying security measures for years now, but that doesn't mean the incident in Texas doesn't have a few of them reconsidering those measures.
That's a little call that I've got. So.
Pastor Jim Hild won't try to explain what happened to a fellow Southern Baptist church on Sunday.
Our hearts are broken because it's our own brothers and sisters in Christ that suffered this great injustice and death.
But he will try to protect his own congregation if evil ever comes to the First Baptist Church of Sarasota.
Across the 20-plus years that I've been here, we've gone from having no explicit security procedures to having developed regimented ones.
First Baptist is 2 blocks wide in downtown Sarasota with open access from 3 sides. When you enter Pastor Bill's services, you may see a uniformed police officer monitoring the area, but you won't see countless other security protocols. Measures Hill doesn't want to be made public, but says would surprise most.
I believe they would, because we take it very seriously, and it's an issue that's a part of our culture, unfortunately, today.
For years, Sarasota police have been deploying crime prevention officers to the religious community for campus evaluations and active shooter training. Firearms instructor Derek Jones started offering a church training program after the Charleston shooting in 2015.
I've been carrying my firearm to church since 2000. When I'm in there playing the keyboard, but I'm the last resort.
He says several churches have wisely taken him up on the offer to provide firearm instruction and situational awareness training to their ushers and even pastors themselves.
I would rather take the devil out before the devil take anyone out, especially unarmed and innocent people.
First Baptist Church of downtown Sarasota here says they have already reached out to the Sarasota Police Department to come by and do another site visit, hopefully updating some of their security protocols. In Sarasota, Adam Cellini, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you, Adam. And just remember, for updates on this developing story or any other national and local breaking news, you can download the latest updated version of our app. Android users will need to get that updated automatically, but iPhone users will need to go to the App Store and re-download the app. All you have to do is search for WWSB or My Suncoast.
Deputies are asking for your help finding a man accused of molesting and harassing a juvenile. Thomas Passon was wanted by Manatee County Sheriff's Office in connection with the June molestation of a 13-year-old girl. Detectives began investigating the incident last month when it was brought to their attention. However, after getting an arrest warrant, Passon could not be found. If you have any information on his whereabouts, call Manatee County Crime Stoppers at 866-634-TIPS.
Efforts to restore a historic Bradenton home has paid off. The City of Bradenton's Architectural Review Board approving the plan to demolish and restore the Covington House at a public hearing today. The Covington House was built in 1911 in what was a segregated African-American community. Today, it's one of the only properties from that community that's still standing. Work to restore that property began in 2007, but money to support the project has been hard to come by. Recently, the City of Bradenton has said that they will come through and help monetarily, but no set plan has been made.
A boat crash in Venice sends 2 people to an area hospital, and now investigators are trying to find out why that boat crashed. The crash happened this afternoon near Venice Avenue Bridge along the seawall of the intracoastal waterway. The 2 people on board were rescued from the water after being thrown out of the boat during the crash. Police and Florida Fish and Wildlife are investigating the cause of that crash.
Well, Scott, it was a bit overcast this morning, but then the sun came out and it was a pretty nice morning throughout the area.
That fog had to get burned off a little bit by the sun, and it did happen. Here's Bob Harrigan with more on our First Alert weather.
Yeah, that accident down south, not saying for certain, but the fog was around for a long period of time, and that sea fog was rather thick at times. It's going to be the case again tomorrow morning, so if you plan on boating, again, be advised of that we could have advisories in effect, and it's always important, and also it's the law that you have some sort of sounding device on board your boat, so if fog is a problem, you can let other boaters know your location. 77 degrees right now. The dew point is way up there at 70, and as these 2 numbers get close to one another and the winds start to lessen, there's a good possibility we'll see that fog form once again. As I mentioned, we had a dense fog advisory in effect for parts of the Suncoast early this morning. Temperature right now 75 degrees, a little bit cooler right near the coast. You can see the yellow there, but warmer inland now. Monday evening planner looks to be pretty good, albeit warm. We'll have that fog developing, say around 9 o'clock, and could get rather thick at times, especially just before sunrise tomorrow. And Titan radar picture showing a few showers down to our south right now. Not a lot going on here along the immediate coast, but near Fort Myers, Naples, down near Marco Island, could get a little bit of a brief shower there as these showers are moving on from the northeast to the southwest at this point. But notice, not much happening here in Sarasota, Manatee, Hardee, and Charlotte counties. Well, much more in our forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. During his final year in office, Governor Rick Scott is pushing to cut taxes and fees by $180 million. Governor Scott announcing his proposal today as part of his 2018-19 recommended budget. The plan includes a 10-day sales tax holiday to help families prepare for the school year, 3 one-week disaster preparedness sales tax holidays, which would take place in May, June, and July, and then reductions to many of the fees on driver's licenses. The plan will be considered during the upcoming legislative session that begins in January.
And the push to make sure thousands of low-income kids do not lose health coverage gaining new momentum. Congressman Vern Buchanan raising concerns about funding the Children's Health Insurance Program today, making a call to the U.S. Senate for action. Funding for the program expired on September 30th, but the vast majority of states, including Florida, have residual funding that will last through the end of this year. With Buchanan's support, the House passed the Healthy Kids Act on Friday to reauthorize CHIP funding. 9 million children are enrolled nationwide in CHIP, including over 3,200 children in Sarasota County and almost 3,000 in Manatee County.
Well, not all medical conditions are easily visible on the surface. Some are often misunderstood. In the first part of our Undercover Illness series tonight, we'll look at autism. It's a disorder with no known cause, but is linked to brain abnormalities. While many may associate autism with behavioral challenges and children that are nonverbal, the autism spectrum is actually quite large.
There's a funny saying, it's like if you've met one person with autism, you've met one person with autism. I think a lot of people think that, you know, autism means everyone is this certain way. They don't like loud noises, they don't want to be touched, maybe they flap their arms, you know, the stereotypical things, which isn't true at all.
Tonight at 6, you'll hear from a mother about her hopes and challenges of raising a child with autism.
So many people with autism have accomplished such outstanding goals throughout their lifetime as well.
We'll learn more at 6, definitely.
Well, ABC7 business commentator Richard Stern joins us now. Richard, records are continuing to fall on Wall Street from what I understand.
Jacqueline, you understand absolutely correctly, although I have to confess, since we closed at all-time highs on Friday, it really didn't take very much to close at all-time highs today, and we didn't do very much. The NASDAQ was a decent performer. The high-low of the day, the top of the range was only 54 points. It really was a fairly quiet Monday, although there are a lot of deal talks going on. But no matter how you slice it, the market's been up 8 weeks in a row. And yes, indeed, 3 new records today. Let's take a look at them. They're not terribly fantastic, but they're up. There you see the Dow up by 9 points, 0.04%. Yes, indeed, a new record, 23,548.42 on volume of 644 million shares. The NASDAQ was respectable, up 22 points, 1/3%. Record 6,786.44, that on volume of 1,816 million shares. And a clean sweep for the up arrows, the S&P up 13/100ths, just over 3 points at 2,591.13. Well, it was quite a day for Michael Kors, the handbag manufacturer and high-end retailer. Its shares jumped more than 14% today after the company came out and said both top and bottom lines came in well ahead of Wall Street expectations. They also said that come the forthcoming holiday season, they do believe they are going to do better than they did last year, and last year they did pretty darn well. Let's remember that since last year they have acquired Jimmy Choo, a high-end shoe manufacturer, and they let it be known that they're not done buying other companies. So they're doing a lot of things right. The company was struggling, but not struggling anymore. Good to see.
And what about 20th Century Fox, Richard?
Well, late this afternoon, there was a rumor, and I stress a rumor, that Disney was interested in buying a substantial part, perhaps not all, of 21st Century Fox. And just in the last 15 minutes of trading, the stock jumped by 10%. So somebody thinks there might be some truth to it.
Sounds like it. All right, Richard, thank you so much for the update.
You are very welcome.
Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, a contract to allow the owners of the Daiquiri Deck to operate the public pool and other operations at the Lido Key Beach Pavilion in the spotlight, why some are against the proposal.
And Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast, plus a cure to cancer or a calculated scam. The FDA's warning against certain marijuana products coming up in Health Smart.
The ABC7 Stock Report is brought to you by Sunset Cadillac.
I just need a second.
Is your weight holding you back and affecting your health?
Did you see this? Your cousin had a heart attack.
Really?
Excess weight or obesity can be serious, but you can do something about it. Visit yourweightmatters.org. Download the free toolkit to prepare you to speak with a healthcare provider. Your weight does matter. Accept the challenge and take charge today. Visit yourweightmatters.org.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Rose takes her volunteering for Tidewell Hospice very seriously. But she knows how to have fun, too. And that's what she brings when we're invited to visit patients as part of Tidewell's pet therapy program. People love to see her. She really brightens their day. She makes people smile. And in end-of-life care, a smile can be a wonderful gift. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
You need a good laugh? Starting November 1st at the Player Center, everything that can go wrong does go wrong in the smash hit comedy Moon Over Buffalo. This wild Broadway series production shows what happens both on stage and off. Contact the Players at 365-2494 or at theplayers.org. The show must go on with Moon Over Buffalo.
For 30 years, it's been an honor for the Michaels on Ice team to serve you.
We love that our restaurant, wine cellar, and ballroom have become your favorite gathering places, and we love catering your parties.
From everyday celebrations to life's greatest occasions, please join us soon for new culinary adventures. A toast to 30 years.
And to many more.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
An effort to transform the Lido Beach concession stand into a daiquiri deck restaurant had a small setback today. Sarasota City Commissioners agreed to table the vote on the proposed new lease for the space next to the Lido pool. The concession needs $3.2 million worth of renovations, which the city says it does not have. Under the proposed agreement, Daiquiri Deck would pay for about $1.9 million of those renovations. In return, the company would be granted a 10-year lease for the area there at the Lido Beach concession. Now, they want to build a 200-seat restaurant, an ice cream parlor, event lawn, and a sundry store, but the move is being met with some mixed feelings.
The old charm of this place is once it's gone forever. Once you lose something like this and you go modern with all that goes with it, more traffic, more late night stuff.
I don't agree. I mean, life is about changing, and I think our community has demonstrated over the last 10 years how we've assimilated change into our community. I think as things change, sometimes things get better.
In addition to the cost of the renovation, Daiquiri Deck owners would also pay an annual rent that would start off at around $80,000, but would increase to $100,000 after the third year. City commissioners are expected to vote on the measure during next month's board meeting. They're trying to, we just had a redo of the Siesta Beach.
Right.
And they, all new concession area, and they really fixed it up. So I think maybe Lido Beach is maybe feeling a little the pressure that, okay, they need to up their game now.
Do something that can give people a chance to go out there, too. Yeah. I guess, I don't know. I can tell you the beach was nice this weekend, nice beach weather, although the fog was a big problem. Fog is really a big problem. And this kind of year, this time of year, we look at fog as being the issue, but also tropical systems. We still are in the hurricane season.
Right.
Can you believe that? Yeah, look at that. We have had a very active season thus far. Philippe, the last storm, but Rena is right on the heels. And get a look at where Rena may be forming here pretty soon. We've had 6 major storms, and 10 of those, again, 10 hurricanes this season. Well, there it is, tropical depression number 19. It's not over till it's over. This one, though, moving to the northeast at 6 miles an hour. The pressure, not all that low, but we expect it to turn into a tropical storm Rena within the next 24 hours, and then head off to the north and then northeast toward, looks like, again, Ireland or possibly Scotland or maybe even London. Now, we are looking at beautiful weather here with the exception of the fog in the morning. We had a foggy start. Yeah, Norm again, send it out. Norm, appreciate that. Foggy start. A lot of fog around this morning. Kind of burned off. This is a Casey Key webcam. And you talked about that visibility being quite low in the morning out in the waters. That's going to be again the case tomorrow, I do believe. Not much change there. We had it Sunday. We had it this Monday. And some haze off in the distance already, indicating that there's a lot of moisture in the atmosphere. And it won't take much for the temperature to cool down to the dew point, which is now at 70, to create that fog again. And a lot of times, even if you have a northwest wind, it's that cooler air riding over the warmer water, which can also cause a sea fog that we saw this morning. Currently, we have 77 degrees. The dew point is at 70, and winds are out of the northwest at 8. The pressure 30.02, which is high. That continues to hold steady for the most part. The hourly forecast for Tuesday calling for that morning fog around, burning off. Sunshine, great beach weather. Highs will be in the low 80s, above average or slightly above average in some inland locations. Will be right around average near the coast. Lows tonight with that fog forming will be very warm into the mid-60s. Away from the water, upper 60s right near the beaches, and it looks as though we'll warm up tomorrow, again into the low 80s, which is fairly typical for this time of year, maybe a little bit warmer than average, though, in some places like Fort Myers, away from the water, 85 in Orlando. and again into the upper 60s to low 70s to start things off on into the coastal locations, it looks like, for us on Wednesday morning. Now, in the tropics, we mentioned tropical depression number 19. Kind of a system that's getting better organized on the satellite imagery. A large cluster of storms developing to the east and north of the center right now as it pushes off to the north. Nothing else going on right now in the Atlantic. All is quiet, but I would suspect that we'd see at least one more storm form before the season officially ends. Now, there are some potential showers and storms here over parts of southern Illinois and into southeast Missouri tonight, stretching off toward the west on into western portions of Tennessee near Memphis. The possibility of some bigger storms there just to the north. Not much going on over the northern plain states. Just cold air. Look at this. These are temperatures right now. So that cold Arctic air is still kind of bottled up, just waiting and getting colder each and every day. Eventually, this is going to get sent southward, but not for us anytime soon as that colder air stays to the north. For boaters tomorrow, dense sea fog a possibility. It will burn off, and then we'll see winds out of the northeast at 5 to 10 knots to start today, up to 15 knots later on in the afternoon. Seas running 2 feet or less, some higher seas well offshore. Water temperature now at 75 degrees, and the beaches will see a high of 80 after that fog burns off. Low tide upcoming. 7:26, sunset different now, 5:43, a little bit earlier. Fog developing, mostly clear and warm tonight, 69 for a low, at least near the water. And then morning fog tomorrow, 82 degrees for a high, mostly sunny and a bit warm. And looks like we'll see temperatures staying in the low 80s for the next 7 days. And just a slight chance for a shower or two come Sunday and Monday. Just look out for the fog. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you so much. In first alert traffic, we're seeing a crash in the eastbound lanes of University Parkway right near the I-75 interchange, but we're not seeing any major delays from that crash. If you plan to get in the interstate anytime soon, looking pretty good, all green at this hour, except for a slight slowdown there in Manatee County. Jacqueline?
All right, thanks, Scott. In health news tonight, the FDA is warning companies that illegally market marijuana-derived products as cures for cancer. With more, here's ABC's news correspondent Janae Norman.
With increasing interest in medical marijuana comes a rise in unscrupulous companies hoping to capitalize on this trend. And this week, the FDA coming down hard on a number of firms they say have been lying to consumers, illegally selling products that claim to prevent, treat, or cure many diseases, even cancer, without any evidence whatsoever. The products contain CBD oil, a part of the marijuana plant that does not have FDA approval for any medical indication. These oils sold in drops, capsules, syrups, teas, lotions, and creams. Not only are these sales illegal, the products can put patients at risk, health officials say, exposing them to dangerous chemicals and potentially steering them away from proven therapies that can save their lives. So remember, products without FDA approval are not yet proven safe and may not deliver on the effects they claim. And if you're ever unsure as to whether a drug is FDA approved, ask your doctor. With this Medical Minute, I'm Janae Norman, ABC News.
As the nation continues to mourn from yet another mass shooting, health officials are sharing tips with parents questioning how to explain that horrendous act of violence to their children. For parents of elementary school children, officials advise that you preemptively help your child know about the tragedy and only share basic details, and then leave the door open for them to ask questions. Parents of middle school age children are advised to have a more detailed conversation. Start by asking questions like, have you heard about this, and what do you think about that, to find out what they do know and what may be bothering them. Coming up, preparations are underway for this year's Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, what new balloons you can expect to see. Plus, a Veterans Day freebie you won't want to miss. Stay with us. We'll have those stories when we come back.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her so I could call and thank them. And she's doing fine. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a person from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-652-3012. That's 1-800-652-3012. Call now, 1-800-652-3012. For a free brochure, call 1-800-652-3012.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
It's just about that time of year once again. Macy's is getting prepared this weekend for their annual Thanksgiving Day parade by testing out their newest balloons.
Yeah, some of those new faces include Olaf from the movie Frozen, the Grinch, Chase from the animated series Paw Patrol, and Jet from Super Wings. Among the new balloons, however, are a few old favorites. Harold, the baseball player from Miracle on 34th Street, is making a comeback in honor of the film's 70th anniversary.
Well, here's something you don't see every day. Superman cleaning up trash in the community. In a creative way to help out, over 100 volunteers showed up in full force this weekend to a Chicago neighborhood. They grabbed garbage bags, shovels, and rakes and spruced up the streets. But it's more about than just appearances. It also raises awareness for people to stop littering.
This Veterans Day, the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services Florida Forest Service is honoring active duty and honorably discharged military veterans. When booking a 3-night stay at any of Florida State Forest campgrounds, they get a free 1-night stay. Veterans can book their stay between Wednesday, November 8th and November 13th to receive that 3rd night free of charge.
Well, ABC7 is welcoming its newest member of our news team, baby Madeline Joe. Our news producer, Amber Cassard, had Madeline over the weekend at 6 pounds and 6 ounces. We are very proud to welcome her, and her mother and father look very happy to have her.
And well rested at this point, but I'm sure sleep is going to become an issue for them both. But we're so happy for them, and we're going to miss Amber around here for a few months, but we know she has more important things to do.
Oh, of course, and I can't wait to meet her in person. I'm sure she's going to be a cute little thing.
Absolutely. Congratulations.
Still to come on your Suncoast News, as open enrollment for health insurance begins, what changes can employees expect this year?
And what changes can they expect beyond that? We'll have that details coming up right after this.
Enjoy fine wine, craft beer, and delicious foods, all while supporting a great cause at the 16th Annual Suncoast Food and Wine Festival presented by Publix, Saturday, November 11th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Sarasota Polo Club. Taste wines from around the world and sample cuisine from the area's finest restaurants. All proceeds benefit a variety of local charities and Rotary Club projects. For tickets and information, visit suncoastfoodandwinefest.com.
Listen to this important message. If you owe money to the IRS, you will want to hear this. The IRS is cracking down on those who owe back taxes. They send out devastating letters, garnish paychecks, and even put liens on your home or business. You may have heard of it. It's called enforced compliance. Penalties and interest compound daily on your back taxes, putting you under a mountain of debt. Tax 10,000 has years of experience connecting people with tax resolution specialists who will negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Working through the IRS Fresh Start program, they will handle all the necessary forms and can negotiate a tax settlement with the IRS. It's that simple. And if you qualify, you may end up saving thousands of dollars, finally ending your financial stress. Now is the time for a fresh start. Now is the time to call Tax 10,000. 800-699-3188. That's 800-699-3188. Call now.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
Everyone's buzzing about Suncoast View.
I like watching the Suncoast View.
I like the Suncoast View.
The cooking segments, I love the recipes. The theater segments are terrific. They're just fun.
For smart, fun talk in the afternoon, watch Suncoast View, weekdays at 4 on ABC7.